Hello, how's it going, everybody? Got home from work 5 hours ago, and then I crashed shortly afterwards, so I haven't had a chance to read these patch notes for the upcoming 6.83 Dota 2 update, which is entitled Shifting Snows. It's looking to be a pretty big one, so it's pretty exciting. I was told that there's a Chen buff. And like 6.82 gave Chen a buff with the Ags update, but it wasn't really that much useful, and it wasn't that practical in game. And so Chen still not being played in competitive and even in pubs as much as he did when there was a Fountain Hook. So this is really exciting, and I'm a bit quiet because it is 12:30 in the morning. I've got to be up in 5 hours, so there's everyone else in my house to go to work. So I'm just gonna try to keep it quiet. I just want to have a quick run through of the patch. So yeah, let's go ahead. Hopefully you can hear this. Because I do want to review this video later on when I'm less tired. So Shifting Snows update, gameplay update 6.83. Dota 2's balance has shifted. I wonder what that means. And yada yada yada. Winter map, pretty standard. New in the Dota store. And there's like, when effigies came out, I was really mad because you can't buy them in the shops, right? And it's pretty unfair for the people who didn't know that the effigy was coming and didn't buy the compendium. And I mean, like, all these things that came up after the TI for compendium owners was really great, because next year now everyone's gonna want to buy a compendium, so it's gonna be a bigger price pool hopefully for TI 5. Anyway, now there's an effigy you can buy in the store, and it's called Effigy Block of Frost. And essentially it's the same thing. Instead of being made in stone, it's made of ice, and it's pretty cool. Gift wrap. Not really interested in that. So gameplay updates. Explaining ranked all pick initial planning phase reduced from 40 to 30 seconds. It's pretty good, because it's so boring playing ranked all pick now. Like, you don't choose CM because you want to get into the game straight away, and 40 seconds per per player, it's just so long. Plus planning time. First rune spawns are now both bounty runes, so they're twice as effective. Wow, it's pretty big. Like, I'm still yet to try these out in Dota to see how much it changes things, but it's pretty big, because like usually I always call the other rune the good rune as opposed to the bounty rune, because it gives you, like, if you're in Viz, then you can gank. If it's a haste, you can gank, you can escape. If it's illusion, you get like stack with that. The shittiest one probably is regen, especially for the first rune. So double bounty rune, it's pretty good, especially if it's twice the bounty. Illusions now deal 25% less damage to structures. That's pretty standard. It's a nerf to Terrorblade, I'd say. Million range barracks bounty reduced. Million range barracks now give. Okay. One location to provide of Roshan is now pathable. What does that mean? One location to divide of Roshan. So that's on the cliff right above Roshan Pit. I'm not sure what that means. I was hoping that Cedric was going to be here to help to me explain the stuff, but he's not here. He told me to wait for him, but he didn't even come, so that's why I'm doing this really late. I'll try to steamroll him, hopefully he's there. Fix the ward location in the Dire Ancient that could not be easily seen. I don't know which one that is. Ancient Granite Golem health reduced. Ancient Granite Golem has an aura. It's pretty good for Chin Boy if he has an axe. Private lobby games now use the Captain's Mode creeps one timer. That's good. I played lobby games a lot and that's just that makes more sense. Attack speed increased from 500 to 600. Damn. Following abilities no longer have restrictions to cast and spelling and allies. Finally. So that just means like if they BKB or whatever, you can still cast it on them, which is great. Tooltips for Vanguard statue, Pulling Shield Crimson Guard now reflect the internal proc chance instead of their legacy representation. That's pretty cool. I don't even think I know their proc chance. Vision and Fog of War can now be any numerical value rather than specific intervals. Wow. Previously she had vision between the fixed intervals that climbed to a fixed value. It's a very interesting change. Borrowed time duration increased by 1 second each level. Oh, that's really bright. Alki, Grievel's Greed base bonus gold increase. I think that's a buff on Grievel's Greed, so maybe we'll see a bit more carry Alkis. Maybe? I don't know. He's become like a massive support now, which is great, because he is a great support. So Battle Hungry now all 10-second duration, all levels. A bit of a buff on the damage over time though. The Hunger cast range, reduced. So Battle Hungry is a great harasser in lanes, like you just keep on chucking it on people and then like zoning them off so they can't actually last it and take it off. So now it's a bit shorter. I mean it's only 150 distance, but still I think that'd make a lot of difference. So Battle Hunger is I can't remember the radius of Helix, but it's definitely a lot closer now than 900 radius. Battle Hunger Mammoth Horse doesn't scale up anymore. That's good. It's more spammable. Nightmare cooldown reduced. It scales down. Oh, the cooldown, right? Not the duration. Beastmaster. A lot of changes on BM. So now instead of like unlocking the boar first and then the hawk, you now get both each level, but they scale. So buff on the hawk. I think the hawk's pretty OP as itself, like by itself, because like it's invis at max level, and you can like set up sweet ganks with BOT and with the bread. So reduced bounty on killing the hawk as well. So I think that's a buff in BM. BS is now on Captain's Mode again. Oh, cool. Very interesting change. It seems to be like a small tweak, but like I think it'd make a lot of difference in the game. In practice, in theory. Buff on Bounty Hunter, more bounty hunting. Well, why'd they nerf Brew? Is that just because of S4 being OP and Brew? Oh man. Cooldown increased duration reduced, base armor reduced. Ouch. Bristleback, a bit of a buff, so Paul would be very happy. Oh man, like I don't think I'm gonna go through all heroes, sorry. I'm just gonna go through the ones I actually care about, like Chen, there you go. Test of Fate now teleports all of your units to you when cast on yourself. What? That is insane. Same relay as when cast on allied heroes. So it'll, like, the timer would go down per level. But, like, you can have, like, that. I think Chen would be played in pubs a lot more now because, like, you don't need as much micro control and map awareness as you do currently when you have all three controlled units. Like normally I have to like manually move them around the map, making sure that they're in good position, covering our heroes, optimal for any ganks. But now, like, let's say you just have 3 centaurs like chilling in your well, and if you get ganked, just cast it on yourself, and in 3 seconds you have 3 centaurs ready to stun whoever ganked you. That's freaking amazing, and I can't actually wait to play Chen again because of that little buff. More importantly, this is what I said. I said this in 6.82 when I said the Chen Axe buff wasn't really that practical, when I said they needed an extra buff, and it's probably something like an increased oh, actually Cedric said this. I said Test of Faith needs to be buffed, which it did with the teleport, but I meant the other Test of Fate, which is when you nuke down the enemy. I thought instead of like a range of damage, it should be like a base massive nuke, so it's much more reliable. But I'm pretty happy with that Test of Faith buff, and Holy Persuasion. Cedric can be very happy that he was actually right on this one, and this is exactly what he said. He said Holy Persuasion needs to go 1 2 3 4 instead of 1 1 2 3, and I was actually happy with the 1 1 2 3. But now, when you cast Test of Faith on yourself, you can have 4 centaurs to counter gank whoever ganked you. Clockwork. Battery assault damage. Oh, that's always great. I love battery assault. It's amazing when you're in a cogs with someone and you battery assault and they just can't cast shit. Like, that's always the best feeling. So now it deals 5 more damage per level. It's pretty great. Crystal Nova attack speed slow. 10-second increase. Frostbite cooldown. It scales down now per level. That's OP. Man, Jungle CM is gonna be OP. Probably gonna be better than Sand King in my opinion, especially since the CM. Freezing field duration increased by 3 seconds. Wow. Explosion spawn radius and slow radius increased by wow. Holy crap. CM is. Oh, I can't wait to see what the pros would do with this, like with her passive mana regen in for her all her allies, and now she's just got all these buffs. She seems a bit massive buff on CM. Disruptor. Huh. Let's see what he's got. Is it time to play Disruptor again? Glimpse mana cost rescaled. What? Since, like, I mean, I usually max Glimpse first anyway, so the 160, 130 doesn't bother me as much. But that's pretty big, because normally you have to pop a few clarities early, and then that sets you back on your mana boots, or whatever you want to get for your first item, so it's pretty big. 100 mana all throughout. Glimpse cooldown reduced. Kinetic field cooldown reduced, static storm cooldown reduced as well. So just reduced cooldown difference on everything. Nah, I don't know. I've got to test him out. I haven't played Disruptor in a long time, and I mean, it's sad because he was my go-to hero. He was like my favorite. Well, aside from Rubik, but he was my go-to hero. He was like my main. If I needed a win, I'll just play Disruptor, and like 90% of the time it'd be like me just kicking ass, and then it just stopped in 6.82. Enchant Totem mana cost reduced from 50 to 20-30. It's pretty cool. Astral Spirit damage reduced. Oh, I'm sad to see that. I love the DT damage. Good movies awesome. Oh, so it was a bug. I thought it was by design that other time could cast Echo Stamp on an Astral Spirit moving. But because of that massive cast delay, but I guess it was a bug and they fixed it. I find it's really funny for some reason. IO no longer requires Tony to perform any actions. I didn't even realize that there was, because like it's IO, man. Like what the hell is the front and the back? You can't really tell. So I'm surprised it take them this many updates to realize this, but it's kind of funny. Coddle. I've been wanting to start learning how to play Coddle because, well, Puppy played him, and he's like Chen, but much more useful in this patch. So reduced mana cost and chakra magic. Blinding light duration. Oh, so the debuff or the buff, depending on which side you're in, has been increased. Interesting. Any other hero? Ogre Magi. Nothing about his OP armor. So, Phoenix. Oh, that's very cool. That one extra hit makes a lot of difference. As someone who apparently is really good at Phoenix, I'm telling you that one extra attack makes a lot of difference. I didn't know that happens because I didn't play him enough. Pudge. What the fuck? I mean, at level 4 and level 3, like, it's not much different, but level 1, instead of 700, it goes straight to 1000. That's further than the current level 2 Meteor. That's insane. That's actually really scary. Rubik. Yeah. Reduced mana cost. So it scales up now. It's pretty good. Saves money on the clarity, I guess. Scepter spell seal cooldown reduced. Whoa. Oh man. I mean, I don't buy Ags and Rubik as much anymore because, like, normally I don't have that much money anyway. Like, I don't KS as much as I normally did when I first started playing him. But if you have Ags, let's say you go in with a Stolen Ravage, right, and then you steal, let's say, an Earthshaker ult, and then in that 2 seconds that you've stolen the Earthshaker ult, you can then steal Enigma Black Hole, given that the enemy have those heroes. But like, that's just what I'm saying, like, you can steal 3 ults in one fight, and you can probably just 1v5. That's pretty insane. Like, Dota Cinema's top 10 would probably feature a bit more Rubik with that change. So, after that, what? Scarab is squishy as fuck. Why is agility reduced? Never did Scarab Mage. I guess VS got what she wants. I love that though, the VS and Scarab story. It's so sad though. I think it could have been sadder if they were actually brothers before Vengeful Spirit changed. And then when VS sold her body to become Vengeful Spirit, then she lost all memories of, well, not all memories, but most of her past memories and feelings, because now she's all about the vengeance and that's all she knows. Would have been a lot more tragic. I've played Ag's Treant like once in a pub. Like it's there's so many more items to get. Like you get your Blink first, right? And you can get Chivas as well. It's pretty great. And Radiance too, why not? So Ags isn't really your priority on Treant, and I've seen a lot of people play him differently than I do, and still Ags not your priority. So I guess it's a bit of a buff on the Ags. Increased. Oh, it's not as spammable now. Pretty great. That's all. Career is cheaper. What? It's like 30 gold cheaper than wards now. So now I'm gonna shotgun buying career instead of wards. I mean, I do anyway because of my my red hoof and the gold spent token inscription. So cheaper armlet. That's scary. That's really scary for like CK and Nakes. It's just gonna be a lot more earlier being online. Blink is no longer disabled if you take no damage. Jesus, that's pretty cool. Like that's gonna be so much better. Blink is gonna be like bought a lot more now, in my opinion, because like unless you take damage, then and blink away. It's like that's one of the things that makes like Void Corp and AM like really OP, is that they can blink away regardless. So now you've got like a more similar blink to those guys. Well, they nerfed Bottle Crowing again. Talisman of Evasion is now replaced with Broadsword. Fair enough, I guess. Normally goes side chop for that anyway, so... And then again, I think I'm a noob. Buff and Clary is pretty great. Especially paired with the reduced mana costs on a lot of the heroes that I've read out before. That's pretty cool. Bit of a buff from Crimson Guard. Amazing item to get overall. Crimson Guard with a pipe. Oh jeez. It's a lot of immunity. Reduced damage on your team. That's big. Crystal Blade gonna make a comeback. No renewals because apparently it's really OP in Dispatch, as Cedric would say, or argue. Cool. It's very cool. They nerfed it seems like Valve just hating on Team Secret, thinking that they're too OP, so like they nerfed everything that they have. So like Tidehunter Ravage, Double Ravage is now indirectly nerfed. Alright, so we're near the end now. It's like nearly 1 o'clock. We've got to be up in 4 hours. But additional changes. Gameplay. When spectating the game with teams Fog of War selected, you now only see what they can see in the world and on the main map. This applies to players as well. I guess you can select Fog of War if you don't want that, but I mean it's pretty good because you can have like a bit more insight as to what the teams are showing. But someone wants to see my feet. There, it's my foot right up my webcam. Improve server stability under UDP, what else? And its sound effect that plays when Sanjin main falls on it. I wonder what the sound is. Alt click. Alt clicking now works on passive and learned abilities. Alt click. What is alt click? Oh, right, the ping. I'm surprised I didn't have that in the first place. Like, why not? Oh man, you can now alt click both things in the game. If you alt click an ability but didn't have enough mana to mana shit. But it does that already. Buffs and debuffs on your hero. Alt clicking. That activation, alt clicking. Level of ability. They're dead when they will spawn. Do people actually not see that? Like, I mean, it's right on top of the screen. Like, if someone's dead, it's right there. It says there how long they've got to respawn when they are dead. Glyph bottom on the yes! Oh my god. Like, so many times I've thought that they've added this already. That you can alt click the glyph to announce that it's available or it's on cooldown. And so many times I've alt clicked the glyph and accidentally used it for no reason at all, so that like next coming enemy push we had no glyph because I tried to alt click the glyph. So thank fuck for that. Alt clicking enemies bottom shows what moves inside. Great. Fixes for several effects being honest. What the fuck does that mean? Just in case for users at a very large control group setting fast, which is cool. That's cool. I love microing. Well, I used to, especially when I played Chen a lot. So this is great, especially with the new Test of Faith now having four creeps and like a neck pro and Helm Dominator. It's a lot of microing. It's not being able to taunt sometimes. I don't have a taunt. Wait, is that when they say, oh, it's in the bag, and shit like that? Or is that the actual hero taunt? I wouldn't know, I don't have a taunt. Well, I do, on heroes that I don't use. Fix death effects on playing. Workshop, fix not being able to edit PC out. I don't know what that means, and I don't care. So it's not as big of an update as I first thought. Like, it says Dota 2's balance has shifted, blah 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 blah. So, and coming from 6.82, which was huge, like, that was when Dota was just completely flipped over. I thought it would be something a bit more than what I've read, but hey, a lot of buffs on heroes that I actually care about, and a lot of changes which I think should have been implemented in 6.82. I mean, like, it's pretty great that it's in 6.83, so you'd know that they had it in mind, just didn't have the time to work for it since 6.82 was such a big patch. But pretty great, pretty exciting. I tweeted when I saw that there was an update, when someone linked me to it. I said I was really excited just looking at it, like just quickly browsing through it, and now that I've read through it, I'm actually really excited to start playing Chen again and maybe giving Disruptor a bit of a go again. And maybe reunite together with me and Disruptor. Yeah. And Rubik Ags speaks for itself. Well, that was my quick run through with 6.83 patch. Cedric and myself would probably do a 6.83 patch review like we did with 6.82 on a TDG podcast. The next episode would be in January. We are doing it, well, we want to do a 12-hour stream again for TDG this Saturday, A to Z Dual Lane Challenge once again. We're gonna do it during the day instead of the night time, just to not make it too hard on ourselves. And that will be our last podcast for this year. So it's been great. Like, we've done 8 or 9 episodes, I think 8 episodes, including the 12-hour podcast, and I think we've learned a lot, even though our following has been really slow in growth. Personally, it was a really good experience for us, and we feel like we're being more and more immersed because of that spark of interest from that podcast into getting more into the world of esports. Anyways, it's just past 1 a.m. so I'm gonna head off and go to sleep. It's work tomorrow, can't move my body at all. It's my first day today. It's a casual employment and it's just manual labor working in a factory, and it's intense. Like, I've been sitting on my computer all year this year, and so only to like have to lift all those heavy things for 10 hours. Oh, at least end of this week I'm gonna have sweet